Before the break, we were talking about his former clubs in Liverpool and Newcastle. Now we've got him back. Hopefully we've got him back. And he's taken mute off. We're going to get his views on the rest of the Premier League. But before that, are you there, Josie? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Before the break, I said to you, if you've got any stories about any of your former players, Balotelli was top of my list. Although when I said that, my producer ran in and went, "Oh, you've got to get a Suarez story as well." So, do you have one of each? Do you have a Balotelli and a Suarez story for us?
Balotelli, I'm not sure if I can say the one I'm thinking of. But Luis Suarez, I can tell you. Definitely Luis Suarez, I can tell you. Luis Suarez, for me, what I see in this money is nothing like that. I never played with a player like Luis. I remember one game. There's many about him, but it's one particularly. I remember we were playing against Manchester United, so the big derby at Anfield, I remember we were both in the starting 11. We are obviously now they changed Anfield a lot, the dressing room and everything. By that time was a lot smaller, so we were really together, And I remember before the game, we are, you nervous. You go to the bathroom, you go a few times because you really want to get out there, but you are a little bit nervous, but not nervous in a bad way. Nervous in that, I can't wait to get out there. And I remember looking at him, and he was playing Football Manager on the phone. Like he was talking to I couldn't sign this player, And I said, how you do? I said, don't worry, Jose, I'm okay. And then 1 minute before we go outside, he just leaves the phone, come out, and I don't remember if he actually scored this game. And it was crazy. I remember one game as well. You didn't really see Luis injury, really. I see him twice, maybe in the whole time that he was at Liverpool in the physio room. And I remember we were playing against Norwich. And he never said anything, he knows he's going to play well, you can rely on him. He never said anything. I remember we were coming out and he touched me in the back, because we're really close friends. We still are right now, and he touched me in the shoulder and said, Jose, I feel good today. I feel good. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you will see, I feel good today. And, when he didn't say nothing, he still scoring, that amount of goals. He said, I feel good. And then that game scored 3 goals. That was one of the hat-tricks that he scored against Norwich. Yeah. And I said to him, how you doing? And I said, Jose, I told you, I was feeling good. And it's that kind of crazy, it's that crazy feeling with him. It's many stories, obviously the one that everyone talk about, the swelling ankle that he was wearing his boots, that's true as well. It's many. And now Balotelli, I'm sorry, but I want to keep it for myself because I'm not sure if I can actually say the words here.
Well, we'll leave that there. We just saw a goal actually, Jose, with your fantastic left foot. You pinged a 50-60 yarder straight onto Luis Suarez's chest. Was it Newcastle?
Yeah, I think it was his shoulder.
Was it his shoulder?
It on with.
And then he took it on his chest and he went round the goalie and just rolled it into the net. What a goal that was. I mean, that was so typical of him at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unplayable. I really believe that. And when you see it on the games, you really see it on the training ground as well. It was crazy. I remember Daniel Agger is one of the toughest defenders I play with, probably the best defender I play with, in my opinion. Luckily for him, he was prone injury and everything like that. But as a player, quality-wise, he was top. I love him. And I remember Luis Suarez really is not that skillful with the ball, but I don't know how he does it. He throws the ball at you, coming back to him, and I don't know how he does it. The ball always finishes in front of him. Always. I don't know how he does it. And I remember Agger saying, how lucky is this guy? And I say, it's not lucky, man. Well, he does it all the time. It's not lucky, It's unbelievable. And that goal against Newcastle, obviously, the assist is a great assist. It's a long pass. But what he does after it, controlling with the shoulder chest there, and every single striker in the world will have trying to finish first time probably, try to score. And no, he's that calm, take the goalkeeper. He was unplayable. Yeah. That season, the 2 seasons and a half that was with us, he was unplayable.
He certainly was. Right, let's leave that to one side. Let's move on to next season. Obviously, you'll be hoping Newcastle and Liverpool do well. What about Man United, Jose? What are you thinking about them for next time?
I hope they do really bad, to be honest with you. I really hope, but to be fair...
Hold on. That's because you're biased and you hate Manchester United, isn't it, Jose?
No hate. I don't hate anybody, but I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like them, 100%. But to be honest with you, I think finally they got the right manager. That's the truth. They got the right man, I believe. And now as well, obviously they need to prove their team. because they got in the Champions League spot. That's true. But if you want to fight for trophies, obviously they fought for the cups, both of them. They won one. But to fight for the Premier League, I believe that will be the target for them, and fight for the Champions League and everything. I think they really need to keep signing players and making the team stronger. But they got something really right, and it's the manager. I love the manager a lot.
Listen, our time is nearly up. Before it's over, I just want to throw some names at you, players that are linked to possible moves, and get your view on them. The first one is Harry Kane. Everyone's talking about Harry Kane. He's got a year left on his deal at Spurs. Spurs don't have any European football at the moment. He should be playing Champions League football. What do you think will be his next move, and what do you think should be his next move?
I believe it will be Manchester United. It's going to be his next move. The one I would want it to be will be Real Madrid, because I don't want him to play for Manchester United. but yeah, them two, 100%, I think.
Okay. Declan Rice, of course, he's done absolutely wonderfully well since he's been at West Ham and has just brought them European success, but it's very doubtful, if at all, that he'll be there next season. Arsenal heavily linked to him and his signature. Where will he go?
Well, they even talk about Manchester City. I'm not sure if it's true, but I think it's going to go. I think probably will go to Arsenal. It looks like Arsenal really pushing to get him. And I believe it's very good destiny for him as well. Arsenal are doing the things really right. They got the right manager as well. They fought for the Premier League, and you can see they just want to keep improving. So I believe he will go to Arsenal.
What about Mason Mount? I mean, there's a lot of talk about him going to Manchester United, and maybe he's going to end up costing 50, 60 million. Jose, what do you think about that?
Well, it's true that Manchester United, obviously, I know as much as you because of the press. It looks like Manchester United actually the first runners to get him. But you have Eriksen there, you have Bruno that played that kind of role as well. So I'm not really sure about that. But yeah, definitely I don't think he's staying at Chelsea. Obviously, he has on his hand that he has 1 year left. Chelsea needs to sell him. Chelsea needs to make money as well, because they are spending a lot and they want to keep spending in the summer. So yeah, I believe he probably go to Manchester United. But Newcastle is not sounding there, but I think it will be a good signing for Newcastle as well.
And just finally, before we go, obviously we saw how difficult life was for you not that long ago. You're looking in great form. You're looking too good, I've got to tell you, by the way. But how are you? How is your health, and how is everything? How's life in general? Good?
Yeah, to be honest, very, very happy. We are in Valencia right now, but obviously with my son now, we're just traveling to the UK back and forth all the time to see the family there. And healthy-wise, I'm really good. I have my checks every 6 months now. It's going to change to a year, probably next year. But actually, it's really, really crazy, because I go to the checks and I actually don't ask even the doctor now what the result is, because I expect it to be positive. So at the moment, and obviously thank you very much for asking, I'm in a really, really good place. My son, my wife, really, really, really happy.
Lovely.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Listen, Jose, before I let you go, I'm going to ask you one last question. If you don't fancy it, you have to be honest and say, do you know what, I just can't be bothered, all right? So I need you to be honest. When you're next over in London, we would love to have you in our studio. Is that possible?
Possible, yeah. Of course it can be possible.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I actually said to the guys that I'm gonna move to the UK probably by the end of the year. So it's more than possible. We can
good.
Do it 100%.
Okay. Just make one more promise, that if Jim White phones you up and asks you to go on his show before, that you tell him where to go.
Okay, perfect. I will.
Jose, listen, thank you again. It's great to speak to you. You're looking fantastic health. Really appreciate your time here on Drive on talkSPORT.
Take care,
Thanks
pal.
to you guys. Have a great afternoon. Take care, guys. Thank you.
There you go, the wonderful Jose Enrique. I called him Jose for a bit. Jose's Portugal, isn't it?
Yeah, Jose.
Spain,
yeah, Jose. Do you know what? And I think Jose's career was cut short with injury.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the brain tumour. So that would have been an incredibly difficult time. And he looks absolutely great, doesn't he?
He looks fantastic. He does better.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.